Hopefully, it's red.
All right,
Well then.
I'll call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock. It's the Subcommittee of the Joint Protections of Persons and Property Subcommittee Council meeting Wednesday, August 9th, 6 p.m. here in the Veterans Room. Roll call, please.
Oh, you want me to do that?
It's up to you. You got the sheet. I'll do it.
I don't have a sheet.
All right, Ariel Ortiz, Counselor.
Present.
Citizen Member LaRochelle.
Present.
Chairman Shenya. And Citizen Member Derek Julian.
Present.
Dow is excused. Agenda item number 3 is to consider the accept the PPP subcommittee minutes of July 18th, 2023. I'll entertain a motion to accept it.
So moved.
Any second?
Second.
Discussion.
I will be abstaining since I wasn't here.
Any corrections, deletions, or anything like that? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed? Next is agenda item number 4, consider and accept the PPP subcommittee meetings of July 31st, 2023. I'll accept the motion.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion, corrections, deletions? Hearing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Next is agenda item number 5, review and discuss the police chief's recommendation to appoint Carlos Dingy as a permanent full-time police lieutenant. State ethics and good standing. Entertain a motion to recommend to town council confirm the appointment of Carlos Dingy as a full-time police lieutenant for the town of Southbridge effective immediately for an indefinite period.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Chief?
If I could, through you, Mr. Chair, good evening, everyone. So just to give a little bit of a very quick history for some of the newer elected officials and newer citizen members. In January of this year, we began a process of going through the vendor bids to do a civil service examination to fill the vacant positions for 2 lieutenants. In February, all the quotes came in. In March, because of I knew it was going to take a while with civil service, in March, I made the 2 gentlemen that are sitting here tonight acting lieutenants. So January, we started the process. February, the vendor agreements went out for bid for companies to give an exam. In March, I made the acting, the 2 who are here, just because the job needs to get done. We need to keep getting done. It's still getting done, but I couldn't stop. There could be no gaps because I knew it would take all the way to now, at least, to fill these positions permanently. At a town council meeting in April, on April 10th, the vendor was approved through civil service for the 2 open and budgeted positions. In June, on June 26th, the Civil Service Assessment Center was given. 4 candidates took the exam. In August, actually on August 1st, a couple days ago or last week, the Civil Services was finally certified, which is again why I made the acting positions, because I knew it was going to take this long. It always is like that with civil service. I received on August 1st, or the town received a certified list of the eligible candidates for promotion. It was received by HRD, which is Human Resources Division from the town hall. It was received by the town hall from Boston. All 4 of the candidates passed. I was told that all 4 by the assessment center company could do the job, which is great to hear, and it's a great sign for our future, because I do assessment centers throughout the state, and trust me when I tell you, some of the candidates that go forward for these positions should not be in those positions, but cities and towns are limited with staffing, so people get promoted when they shouldn't. That is not the case here. Any of the 4 people could have done the job. Here tonight, the top 2 scores from the exam, there was a tie, and I spoke with a few people about this. There was a tie for the first position, but one of the candidates withdrew from consideration because of a personal issue. That candidate, unfortunately, it's the senior sergeant. It's no secret. He's got some serious issues, personal issues with his family. He needs to be on days. This is certainly not going to be a strict day shift position, so he voluntarily withdrew from consideration. So here tonight are the 1 and 2 positions. The new lieutenants both will have a flexible, they're going to have a flexible schedule. They're going to have to work various hours based on the needs of the department. So before the candidates get here, the first candidate is going to be more of a geared towards professional standards, accreditation, use of force, all post-compliance, internal affairs investigations, background checks, property management, IT management. It's a pretty big job. And for that first candidate, it's Carlos Dingy, who's here tonight. Born and raised here, 20-year veteran of the police department. He's got a master's degree. He's bilingual. He served his 12 years as the supervisor of our detective unit. Now that is and I've done it, I did it for about 9 years. That is a 24/7, 365-day-a-week job. He supervised the task force for about 12 years, all while overseeing the operations of the detective, the major crime operations of the Southbridge Police Department. In January of this past year, he started teaching at our training academies throughout the state. In December, I put him in charge of our accreditation. We are absolutely moving at light speed with accreditation. And we had somebody in here today who just made chief in another community. He works with accreditations all over the state. And he said that he can't even believe how fast that we've gotten that project moving. He expected it to take us about 3 to 4 years. And with the way we're rolling, in January, we're getting our first evaluation. So we are moving very quickly, and I attribute most of it to Lieutenant Dickey. So he has multiple commendations, an impeccable work history. He's coached kids in our community. It was part of the Cops and Kids program. I could go on and on and on. I highly recommend him for promotion to lieutenant.
All set, Chief?
Yep.
Any members of the subcommittee? Councilor Marquetti.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you, I believe the town manager makes all appointments, so the agenda should probably read town manager's recommendation to appoint Carlos Dingy. Sorry.
And if I could, through you, Mr. Chair, I did speak with our future manager about this, and this is the exact same agenda language we've used for the last 7 years. And that's what I told Mr. Jovan. I don't know, you decide, but this is the exact language.
Charter, I believe. I'm looking it up right now, I'm trying to get to it. But, thank you,
Either way, I'm
no,
fine.
I'm sure that, I agree that you recommended to the town manager, but I think when it comes to us, it's through the town manager.
Understood.
I believe that's the way it's worded in the charter. But
Absolutely. We can change it however you want.
Yeah, well,
Not only get up if you want to just vote it,
yeah.
and we can correct it when we get up to council level. We will.
Would we be in order
amend
to
the
amend-
motion.
What do we want to amend it now?
Will be in order to.
You could if you want.
All right.
Because I would make
It's
a,
more important about the recommendation
All right.
I
from
would
the committee.
propose an amendment that says the police chief's recommendation to the town manager to appoint. How's that?
Second?
No, the town manager recommends to the town council.
Right.
That's how it works. If I could get to the charter, but this town website's not.
All appointments go to the manager.
Right.
And can you add on there that the chair will
Just change it on Monday's meeting.
sit down and make
We'll
sure?
look at it. I mean, I don't think it's real. I think we can get it right when we get up to the council
All
chamber.
right.
I know
But
this
if you
is,
want to amend it tonight, you can amend it to state
Right.
the town manager's recommendation.
and I know this is the way it's been for the last
I know.
appointments, so. All right.
Councilor Marquetti, we stayed corrected on it. We've done a lot of things in the upcoming months that we did already in the last 30 days that it was done a certain way, and the thing is, we're just trying to steer it,
Yep.
so the charter speaks
All
louder.
right.
It's not a big deal at subcommittee level, but it is proper. Marquetti's right on it's the manager's recommendation. Although the chief has the say on it, it runs through his office to the council. Right.
Can-
So we'll just amend it to say the town manager's recommendation
Correct.
instead of police chief. Does that work?
The chief is gonna endorse it at the meeting.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah.
Any other discussion on the amendment? All those in favor of the amendment? So the main motion is to appoint Carlos Dingy as a permanent, full-time police lieutenant from the recommendation of the town manager.
I just got a point of clarification. You said he did some coaching?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to, for the record, to say that his brother is a much better coach. Other than that, I support this gentleman 110%.
Council Marquetti.
I'll just read it to you if you don't mind.
Yes, go ahead.
Subject to confirmation by the town council, the town manager shall have the power to appoint on the basis of merit and fitness alone, upon the recommendation of the chief of police department. So it's the town manager that makes the appointment to us.
That's exactly what he said.
Right. So, any other further discussion? Jared?
I'd just like to say that I worked at the police department for a few years, and I've worked with this gentleman, and he is a top-notch person. He is a top-notch police officer. I have done a lot of research and discussion, and I've talked to the chief about him, and I think this is a positive move in the right direction for the police department.
Anybody else? Well, I like to say that I know both gentlemen. I've known them for a long time. Living in Florida, living here, being here through the summer, and following them throughout their careers, and I think they're both excellent officers. I hope. Are you going to still be doing the detective, or is that going to come before us afterwards for sergeants? Because these they were sergeants, correct?
If I could through you,
Yeah.
the sergeant's position comes through me. It's not
Okay.
an appointment through the town.
Oh, okay.
So what we would do is ultimately my division would be the lieutenant would oversee that operation, but there'd be a sergeant assigned. It's an
Okay.
assignment by me to the detective unit. We've got that sergeant in mind. I just can't act on it until
Yeah.
we have 3 recruits graduating the academy next month.
Okay.
So once they recruit and once they're trained, we'll make some moves.
Okay, great. Any other discussion?
So,
All those in favor?
So-
Oops.
so who's in charge of the detective unit right now?
Lieutenant Dingy.
He will, okay, just want to make sure.
Any other further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? None. Am I correct? I didn't see a hand.
I raised my hand up.
All right.
Unanimous, Paul President?
Agenda item number 6, review and discuss the police chief's recommendation to appoint Robert M. Salisbury as a permanent full-time police lieutenant. State ethics and good standing. Entertain a motion to recommend to town council confirm the appointment of Robert M. Salisbury as a full-time police lieutenant for the town of Southbridge, effective immediately for an indefinite period of time. I'll entertain a motion for the amendment to read the same as the number 5.
Town manager's recommendation.
Right.
Second.
Any questions, concerns? All those in favor? On the amendment. On the main motion, as I read it, to appoint Police Lieutenant Robert M. Salisbury as a police lieutenant for the town of Southbridge with the amendment added to it. Discussion?
Chief?
You want me to-
Chief?
If
Yeah.
I could through you, Mr. Chair, so Lieutenant Salisbury, like I had said earlier, Lieutenant Dingy will be the professional standards. Lieutenant Salisbury will be the administrative, training, grants, body cameras, community liaison for all of our events, traffic constables, all of our police recruits, the details and the assignments that need to be filled, special ops, our bicycle program, our mental health program, the list goes on and on. As far as the candidate himself, also born and raised here, 17-year veteran of the police department. He has a bachelor's degree right now. He's working on his master's at Nichols. He spent 6 years as a sergeant with us, 7 years as a detective. And like I said, for Lieutenant Dingy, that job, that detective job, I know because I lived it. It's 24/7, 365. It is not an easy job. Lieutenant Salisbury also worked task force cases with Lieutenant Dingy. Lieutenant Salisbury was an auxiliary officer with us for 3 years, how he started his career. He's also coached in the community, coached our kids in basketball, Cops and Kids program, multiple accommodations, impeccable work history. Again, I could go on and on for both of these gentlemen. I highly recommend them for promotion to lieutenant.
Again, I just want to say I appreciate what you guys do. I don't think the public knows and understands fully what happens. This past weekend, you guys had your hands full. That could have been a very dangerous situation for the police and for all those involved. So I appreciate very much what you guys do. And what most importantly that I'm impressed with is that you guys are from Southbridge and Southbridge first. Any other discussion? Eric.
Not only did I work with this gentleman, but I went with this gentleman for his first ever tattoo. We've been friends for a very long time. Robbie is an upstanding gentleman. He is an outstanding police officer, and I do recommend him.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? None. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed?
Thank you. Congrats, gentlemen.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.